Welcome to Unspoken Truth, where we'll be uncovering life journeys that make or break us, those little things that bring us joy, or the deepest, darkest secrets we've decided that we're taking to our grave, the pain and the judgments that we carry each day, and these are managed in all different forms of relationships, friendships, family, and society. Join me on this journey of discovering unspoken truths and changing the narrative. This is from a woman who's just like you, a mother, a sister, a daughter, and God's child, and in everything else in between. I'm still an individual riding the waves of life. I am Nita Terry T, your host of Unspoken Truth. In this episode, we're tackling the topic of women and sex. Moonchild advocates for pussy power. I agree with that. So let's make some tea, pour a glass of wine, call your partner, let's get educated. By understanding the male's view on women who are sexually expressive and open, I shall share a few stories. Let's get talking about sex. We turned into pillow princesses, lie on your back because sex isn't ours to enjoy. Females become pillow princesses because we're scared to be slut shamed and called all the names we can think of in the streets. A village wheelbarrow, a whore, a tramp, a slut, she's expired. If you're wondering what a pillow princess is, in normal society, it's called the missionary position. Women are caught between a rock and a hard place. If you're too expressive, you're a freak of nature. If you tone down, you're such a bore. So what is it? What is it that men want? To make matters worse, men make sex seem as if it's their thing and not ours. The sad reality is, 75% of women never reach orgasm from intercourse alone. That is without the extra help of introducing sex toys, hands, or oral. 10 to 15% of women have never climaxed under any circumstances. So the question here is to women, are you that 75% or the 15% who have never climaxed? I personally think that not being sexually liberated is the reason why the stats are high. Not being able to own the ability to pleasure ourselves, not having the ability to explore our body, and partners not putting in the effort to satisfy their women, thinking that penetration is sex. Yeah, men think penetration is sex. By the end of this episode, I hope that partners will allow their girlfriends or wives to take out their outermost kink and help them get that climax. To you all, it's time to unlearn and start owning what you like and don't like. The art of seduction is knowing what she really wants and slowly giving it to her in a way that takes her breath away, unknown. I foresee this episode being the longest episode, so I suggest you sit back, let's share, giggle, and explore. I have a guest. He was on my previous episode on Love Not Lost, and I thought he would be such a great co-host. He will be known as X going forward. He's more like ghost host without a face, but with such great insight and wisdom. Hi, X.
Hi, X.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Can't complain. So
That's good. Shouldn't complain.
We shouldn't be complaining. Besides the
Yep.
COVID, we can't be complaining. Can we get started?
Sure. Right here.
How have you been doing? Besides the COVID, how are you doing?
Trying to stay busy.
Yeah.
Trying to make myself happy so that I can make others happy. So it's a challenge, but it is what it is.
It's always
How
hard
have
to
you
make
been?
other people happy. I feel like that's just one of the things that we're always going to fail is making other people happy.
That's true.
So, since you are my mysterious host with the mostest, the one with the lovely voice that the girls like but do not know who you are.
Oh, yeah?
So, let's get started, right? So, before we dive in, right? What are your thoughts on the phrase pillow princess?
Pillow what?
A pillow princess. Have
Pillow
you heard
princess.
that? Yeah.
I've never heard that phrase until you came across the word phrase. I don't know that phrase. Like I even think it's what, pillow talk? Is it pillow talk?
Sadly, it's
Is
not
that what it
pillow
is?
talk. No, it's not pillow talk, but
What is it?
it's more of missionary, the old-fashioned way of having sex, where the girl is just on the pillow and the guy is doing the work. How do you feel about that? The phrase itself, now that you know what it means, how do you feel about the missionary position?
Well, well, I mean, like any other position, you can't be doing the same position for a very long time, you know. So I mean, yeah, traditionally it's good to, you know, you have to start somewhere as a person, you know. You don't know things, start somewhere, and that's where I feel like, you know, you'd end up trying to start. The missionary position is like the easiest position to do anything, really. But I think for me personally, I think it's the laziest position you could ever be in.
Laziest.
Because,
but you think it's about, I like the fact that you use the word lazy. Do you think it's really a matter of being lazy, or it's a matter of how women are so scared? Women are so scared
of what?
To come up as if they are being a freak. Remember, because now society has this thing of, if you're too much of a freak, then aushadwa. You know, nobody's gonna marry your ass. So now you need
No. I hear you. But then why would you be getting married in your own hood where everybody knows you? You know what I mean? Like, nah. I think I say lazy because I think a lot of women become very comfortable, and like, okay, maybe you say they are afraid to be freaks, yet guys love a little bit of freakiness. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like
a little bit.
Village whole. A little bit of freakiness is good. We love freaky. Freaky is good. You know.
You love freaky, but you don't want to marry freaky.
No. I not that we don't want to marry freaky. I think we need to also distinguish the line here.
Okay.
There's freaky, and then there's what, being a hoe.
Then what is that? See, that's the thing that gets to me.
What are we saying? What? That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, what are we saying? Because there's freaky and being kinky in a relationship. When in a relationship, you have to, you know, try and make the relationship all exciting. So you come up with different freaky ideas to make it, you know, exciting. And then in the single world, what is it? Is it called freaky still? Is it called being a hoe? Is it called?
Because for me,
what is it called?
What is it? Okay, before because we're gonna end up we've got a lot of topics to touch on, right? Okay. So because we're gonna talk about it. So let me just give you a quick structure, and then we can just dive in deep. So we talk about the phrase pillow princess. We're gonna talk about girls that are known to be wild or freaks. We're gonna talk about what men really think sex is, you know, and what women think sex is. We're gonna talk about positions, women on top. We're gonna talk about oral sex. We're gonna talk about expectations that men have, you know, when it comes to women. And then we're going to talk about the one exciting topic that everybody was talking about with Will Smith and Jada, entanglements. So entanglements. Yeah. Because we all know that for people to have entanglements, there should be sex. I mean, sex is the one thing that gets us all caught up in these crazy entanglements, right? We can call them relationships, but others are just purely our entanglements because utola guti, we are in it because of the D.
Yeah.
You know? So
the D's so good, the D's good.
So I like the fact that you like pillow princess or the missionary position is such a bore, right? We need to kind of spice it up in bed, right? But then you come across umtana, or let's say a girl, Opume Makaya, a village somewhere in KwaZulu-Natal, who is told that being a virgin is like high stature. Then she meets you for the first time and she really wants to break this virginity, but all she knows is just laying on her back, right? All she knows is that she has to lay on her back and she has to satisfy her man. And satisfying your man isn't taught in the sense of you need to be a freak of some sort. Satisfying your man, as we are told by abazali or whoever, is that you need to lay on your back. You need to get it. You need to, So I feel like the phrase itself, pillow princess, for me.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to find out, is that what women are told when they are young?
Yeah.
When they are that you just lay on your back?
Yeah. I mean,
firstly, okay, I don't think guys know that.
Firstly, remember we are of Black families, and then you are told that anything else that you do, right, you are being a whore. Mm-hmm. I'll make an example. I was at a party like a while back, I think it was a year and a half ago, somewhere in Joburg, and we were amongst other women. It was a birthday party of someone, we can't mention names, and the girls there, most of them were married, and they would be like, yeah, no, all these girls that want to flip it and want to do 360s and all these things are whores. I would give my man what I give my man. And I didn't really judge them because, meaning that's all they know. Some women genuinely know that I have to lay on my back. And that's good enough.
Okay. I hear you. Mm-hmm. I mean, if that is what you are taught, then, that's what you taught. But then, I mean, if you're going to be in a relationship with someone who does not even know what you are taught, that person is going to try and push you to the limit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because they don't know what you know. They don't know if that's all. And if they have been doing it with you for, let's say, the past 4 sessions, and then the guy realizes that, no, man, Lomundulo Tandu loves to just be on their back. Eventually, that person is going to be like, no, man, can we like try something else? And then if there's no communication, then you don't know what is happening. You know what I mean? You don't know how the other person feels about the experience. As a guy, you don't even, most of the time as a guy, after having a sexual, sexual act with a woman, you don't even know as a guy whether you did the right thing or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you'd leave there not knowing, but hoping that you did justice, like you did justice to yourself.
Yeah, true. I feel so like
if we don't communicate, then it becomes a problem.
It's also growth for me, I personally feel like over the years of growing up to being full flash woman, for me, I remember starting in this episodes of having sex. I didn't enjoy it. I had it because it has to be, for me, it was like, you just have to open your legs because you're in a relationship, I didn't understand the meaning of it, and not having anyone to teach you, because there's now a difference between a boy child and a girl child, where boys are they learn things quickly. We might be more forward, but we don't go and look at porn or masturbate, right? So the age is different. We are forward in the sense that I'm saying take my virginity, but with no experience. So with me, I think over the years, that's the journey that I went through of just feeling like, sex might just mean that I just have to give it to him. That means I don't have to enjoy it. Then that made me a pillow princess. Maybe boring to other people's beds, but that's all I knew, because there's nobody who ever taught me or who ever said to me, like an older sister or an aunt, whatever, that, you need to do ABC for your relationship. We learn along the way. But in learning along the way, at the same time, you just lay there, because it's like, it feels as if it's not something for us to enjoy, because society makes sex seem as if it's a man thing.
Okay. But is that coming from a point of the little that you know from home, that you just need to lay there? that you end up thinking, no, this is a guy thing. This is not for women.
I think it's a matter of overhearing that when a girl sleeps with a guy, she a hoe. She a hoe. And you then get so terrified that you don't want to be labeled a hoe. Therefore, you're just going to be the most sweetest person and just lay there.
I don't know. I think, like we're saying, it's a matter of information. It's a matter of knowing yourself as well. Exploring yourself as well. I guess that also kind of like helps. I mean, with guys as well, we're not taught about sex. We're not taught how. I mean, I'll give you one example. When we were growing up, and then you were asked, for instance, how many rounds can you go?
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't know what rounds are, you'd probably be saying 20 or 30. You know, because you don't know. And then everybody would just crack up because some know, some are thinking, yeah, probably I could go further than that. But it's a matter of just information. Then you find out that, oh, okay, it's not actually 20 rounds. You can't even get to 20 rounds. So it's a crazy thing that we expected to know about so much. But then when it's time for us to act on it, you have so little information about it.
Yeah, true.
That hoping that while you are in this act, you will be guided in a way that gives you more understanding. But then it becomes just an act more than anything, because it's how you feel. It's so much more than just doing it.
Yeah.
You know, you go through the emotions. You're being touched. You know, all your sensitive and vulnerable side is just being explored and exploited by the person you're with.
Yeah.
You know, so if that person does not have information about the act, then they'll just lay there. And imagine if I don't know the act, you don't know the act, we would both be just laying there.
We'll be doing the mission.
Because I'd be waiting on you to probably jump on me, and you'd be waiting on me to jump on you. And, you know, it becomes just one awkward situation.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Like, as kids, the best thing was if you were to even just touch a thigh. That was just wow. I can tell my boys, yo, man, I touched a thigh, bro. You know what I mean? And that was just the world to us, because it's that's all it meant. You know, that's all it was.
Yeah.
So
okay. I think we've gone through that phrase, right? So now we're just gonna have to go down through all the other topics that we're talking about. So girls that are known to be freaks, right? And the reason I decided to say girls that are known to be freaks, it's more like with us girls, when you decide to explore that side of you, explore the things that you like, then you are labeled, right? Like you said at the beginning, she a hoe. She's a village wheelbarrow. She is the slut. She is this. But sometimes I feel like the girls that are known as freaks, don't you think that they know what they want?
Yeah. They have experience. They've been exposed to the information. They've explored every angle of the information, and they know what works and what doesn't.
So then
for both them,
what constitutes? Okay, so why is it then? Why, as guys, then do you then label that she a hoe instead of actually enjoying the fact that she is educated? Why do then guys in groups, right? So not only directed to you, but I bet you have circles of friends where they'll be like, ni somewhere in the hood, and then somebody goes, lo, simshaya sonke, you know? We've all had our turn, and forgetting that, how about if she really just generally wanted to have it because she enjoyed it and she didn't care who she was having it with as long as she's having it? So why is it that with guys then, when they get this very well-educated person who is comfortable in her body, who's comfortable with sexuality, then she's now known as a hoe. Why do you then have to label her that way?
I think to some extent, you cross a boundary, then you are labeled. You know, if you go over the line, if you go overboard, if you are gonna hit my whole squad or all my friends, yes, you have the experience. Yes, we know that. But if you cannot, what's the word I'm looking for? If you cannot, like uzbambe, if you cannot, I don't know how to put it, man. Like you,
as it is.
You openly free to. I beg your pardon?
I said, put it as it is.
Yeah, if you're openly free, you know, into exploring your sexuality is cool, you know. But if you're gonna do it amongst friends, then you don't. I don't see why you wouldn't see a problem in that.
But then when guys do it, then it's not a problem because you'd be like, yeah, I smashed that. I smashed that. I smashed that.
It's the same though. Think about it. If I listen, Chef, if I come in your circle, if I come in your circle of friends, if I come in your circle of friends and I start smashing everybody in your circle of friends, what are you guys gonna call me? What are you guys gonna call me?
Uyinja.
For real? Like I'm let's say you have 4 friends. I tap you, I tap your friend, and you guys all know that I tapped. What are you guys gonna call me?
We're gonna call you a dog.
So I guess we all have names for the act that is overly indulged.
But I just feel like,
because then if I'm doing that, you're calling me a dog.
With guys, you get away with it because to your homeboys, you the shit. To girls, they're still gonna date your ass. Whereas with a girl, say bati uluzis tunzi sako, you have lost your dignity. That's where my concern is. As much as we might call each other names, but when it comes to a guy, he gets street cred, right? From his homies. And girls are still gonna date you. But then with a girl, she's not gonna get another guy dating her because now all of a sudden
she will.
No,
I think she will. I think, you know why I think she will? Because all this is just based on one environment. If I am in one hood and I become the village hall, everybody in that hood is gonna call me names because they know that I'm sleeping in every house. But if I move from that environment and go somewhere different, nobody knows what I've done. And all I have is the experience. And people just assume whatever they'll be assuming. If I'm doing an act if I'm overly indulging in the act around people that see me every day, they will give me names. They will call me in whatever name they want because I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it, and they're not doing what I am doing. But the difference is that I'm hitting every household.
Yeah.
Every household on the street. So everybody knows that, yo, now Mutabo, he's gonna, oh my word, I hope he's not talking to my little sister. Everybody now starts assuming, judging, and because they already know what you love this. And especially when you're drunk, you just you could do the whole village at the same time kind of shit. So it becomes those things that where is the act being done? How is it done? And are they boundaries? Are they, you know what I mean? Like if those things, if you're overly free in one space, you are bound to be labeled names because everybody around you might not be as free as you are.
Yeah. So you're saying that it plays in both parts? That's what you're saying, that whether you're a guy or a girl, you will be labeled regardless.
You will be labeled.
So I guess
regardless.
So I guess at the end of
because
it's society, right? It's society. And
true.
How do we then change that mindset? Because now women need to be sexually liberated. They should be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Excuse my language. But they have to be able to do that. Because now we can't now always be the perfect people that are gonna get married because we have ourselves intact. And what does it mean to be intact? Because now you are intact. Because I know people in marriages and they are walking out of their marriages to have sex with other people.
That's true.
Because now they're only starting to discover that I could actually enjoy it.
Yes.
And then now they are being painted as bad people, but are they really bad people? Everybody deserves to actually explore.
Yeah, it becomes that whole that scenario that you gave, that, you know, let's say for instance, I'm with you, and then while I'm sleeping with you, you're always laying on your back.
Mm-hmm.
For me as a guy, you know, because I love you and I'm with you in this relationship, and I've tried to explore different things that you are never comfortable with.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, should that also like kind of like restrict me to go try things outside, because, you know, you're not trying to try things with me? You know, there's certain things that are gonna, you know what I mean? Like, some things end up pushing us because, you know, you can't be, you know, eating chicken all the damn time, especially in the same style, on the same but you know what I mean? And eventually you're gonna like be like, nah, let me highlight this person and see whether I've been missing out on anything. Next thing, you seeing some crazy ass experience styles coming out, and you're gonna be like, whoa, okay, my woman ain't doing this at home. Like, okay, I'd like to do more of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then next thing, it becomes offensive when I come back home. I'm like, yo, girl, I want you to try this out. And you're gonna be like, me? Try it out? No freaking ways.
Yeah.
You know, and then it becomes the whole thing. You're going, okay, I am in love with you. I love you. I want to be with you. I want to do things with you, but you don't want to do new things in bed. What happens then? You know what I mean? Is that there's certain things that we just pushed by because of, you know, we want the relationship to be the relationship. I want my woman to be my woman, and that's it. And I don't want to share. And you know, there's like, we box ourselves so much that we can't breathe, and we end up going out and exploring with other people, and then get into more trouble because at home, you know.
Yeah. I hear you.
I mean, trying to, you know.
I hear you. Okay, cool. So it plays both ways, right? So that's what we're saying. Name calling of girls being freaks and guys being freaks, then it plays both roles. Okay, fine. Tell me, what do men really think sex is? What do you think sex is as a guy? Because from what I have gathered, I just feel like guys think penetration is sex.
Mostly do. A lot of people do. A lot of males do. Like, I don't know. That's it. Like, I can't even, you know, really elaborate fully, but a lot of guys think penetration is sex, and that's it. Like, it's about pleasure. You need, you know, you women come like more than 10 times, we do it once. Just the excitement to get into that once is the best thing of our lives.
Yeah.
You know, we look forward to getting to that moment because it only happens once after like an hour or so. You guys do it like every 5 minutes or 2 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, you know what I mean? So it becomes one of those things that you know, we think that sex is just sex, and you know, even though there are a big number of us that know that sex is not just sex, it's a spiritual thing. You are able to, you know, produce life. There's people that, you know, but with the way we're living, the reality we're living in today, it's a sport. You know, it's a sport. Like, like, even the young ones, I'm looking at the teenagers right now. All they're thinking is that, because that's what they're being exposed to. You know, on TV, you're just easily able to meet this girl in a bar and move her from the bar and take her home, and then, or in a taxi while on your way there, you're smashing. You know what I mean? It's just okay. And then you're sitting there thinking, okay, I wonder how this kid is viewing whatever is playing on TV. And then they get into their room and they're not able to access porn because it's so easily defined.
So you're telling me that as guys, you don't talk about what sex is together the way women will talk about. So your guys sit there and lie to each other and not actually teach each other.
What do you mean lie? What do you mean lie? We don't lie. What are we lying about? We don't lie about sex.
You definitely are, because if you're not educating each other, and because now majority of men actually think that sex is penetration. So that means in groups of friendships, you are lying to each other. You generally are lying to each other.
We're not, because we're not talking about it. How are we lying to each other when we're not talking about it?
So if you're not talking about it, why aren't you talking about it? Why aren't you educating each other?
Because we are guys and we think, and we not that we think, it's just expected for you to know. It's just, I mean, like, yo, bro, I can't be telling you about something that you can Google.
Yeah, but then this is way before Google. Sex has happened before Google.
Yeah, but now that's what I'm saying. That I mean, like we are expected to know. So as we grow, I mean, like I'm gonna give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
When men turn 18 at home, they're already expected that every end of month or every time they leave the house, they come back with something.
Yeah.
They have to come back with a plastic of food or something. But nobody is teaching them that at the age of 18, you must come back with food.
Mm-hmm.
But every day you walk in that door and they just got their hands folded and looking at you like, okay, so you didn't bring anything today?
Yeah.
And nobody is guiding us, And there's this thing that with women, it's a different ballgame, because with women, there's a certain level of security from birth to adult, because then you look at it as if a woman does not get a job or get a good start in life,
mm-hmm.
the chances of her marrying a wealthy guy and still living that wealthy life are very high.
Mm-hmm.
But with a guy, it's a different ballgame, because with a guy, whether you are broke or not, you have to hustle. You have to constantly be hustling. No woman is gonna marry a broke guy.
So what you're trying to say is that being a guy, you have to forge understanding. That's what you're saying.
Yes, so because nobody is teaching you this.
Yeah,
you have to learn it. You have to figure it out, and you're lucky if you have people that are gonna tell you about it, because then they'll enhance the experience about it. But if you don't find somebody telling you about it, then you have to really sit down and analyze and watch. And probably if you have a woman that's gonna be like open enough to tell you that, yo, you messed up the last time, you didn't hit it right.
Yeah.
Then you gotta figure out, okay, I didn't hit it right. What was I supposed to do? If she's open enough to talk to you, then
you're not gonna take it as if she's getting it somewhere. If she says, yo, X, you are not hitting it good, I would like it this way, wouldn't you then think that where is she learning these things from? Like, wouldn't your insecurities flare up? This is generally men.
You know why? Then for me, it wouldn't be that, because if I am dealing with a grown woman, then I know that she has had her experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So, she likes it a certain way. I just need to figure out what that way is. I'm lucky if she's telling me.
Yeah.
If she's not telling me and I'm not hearing it, then I'll always be missing it.
Okay, cool. So what I'm getting from you is that guys are a bit confused and don't really know what sex is. They just act like they know what sex is because they need to be men. So therefore they should know what sex is. Well, for us women, yes. I think we have gotten to a point I speak for majority, where we understand that it's pleasure, not penetration. You get that men just want to get to the end result. And it's sad because if sex is for both males and females, why is it that almost or about 75% of women have never reached an orgasm? And
that's because we don't know. We don't know what that is. We are guys. If you're not gonna tell me what it is and how to get you there, how do you expect me to get you there? If I do it willingly, if I'm doing what I am doing in the act. And I get you there. It's not it was never a thing that it was never a planned thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be watching you just climax, and it's gonna be like, whoa, what's happening? Okay, let me keep doing it. Let me keep doing it. Let me keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it becomes just this whole thing that you are in the act, and you are feeling certain feelings that you're not sure whether the next person is going through the exact same feeling you are going through, because you guys are entwined and you are in this one big moment, but you're not sure what you are doing is doing justice to the person that you're with. It could be doing justice to me, but
that's very evident
you.
that men always get justice at the end of it all, and women, if it's
at
75,
the end of it,
because if it's 75%, that means it's almost how many? 1 in 3 women, or 1 in 4 women, or 1 in So fine. So I guess women, we understand that we want more than just penetration. We want oral, we want role playing, we want, I don't know, we want somebody dominant.
You guys could also want that without saying, and we would never know what you want because you don't say. You expect it to happen.
Yeah.
You don't say it.
True.
You know what I mean? And then next thing who's about to go swag, no, he's not you know what I mean? It's like, oh man. What, like, even it's like, even when we end up breaking up, let's say we break up, you and I, we've been dating for, next thing, you've been with me for like what, 5 years, and then next thing you leave, and then when you leave, now I have a small dick. all these years it was big enough.
It wasn't
and then
big
now,
enough. Women have such big hearts that they can overlook, and then when the love is gone, you no longer want to overlook that.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
That sucks. You know how bad that sucks.
I can't speak for other women, but I just feel like it's just one of those girl talks that we have, that when there's love, then everything just works. But once love dies, then the truth reveals it. Like, yeah, I mean, come on. He had a small dick anyway. Like, what am I crying about? That's the harsh reality. Yeah. That's the harsh reality. Okay, fine. Let's move on to positions, right? Woman on top. Woman on top, the 6'9", we're talking about bondage. We're talking about dominance. Any position you can think of, right? There's one thing that I realized with men. I've heard that a man's G-spot is up their ass. So my question to you...
What is what? Repeat that.
A man's G-spot, is up a man's ass. So my question to you is, would you allow your woman to put her finger up your ass?
I'm cracking up right now. Like, I'm laughing. Like, you know what? I don't even think I would allow that. I'm not even expecting that to happen.
But how if it's the best thing that you'd have would ever experience?
I don't know. I don't even know if I want to explore it.
Does that make you less of a man? Doesn't make you less of a man?
I think it does. I think it does. I think it opens you up. It opens you up to situations that you never want to be in as a guy. Nah.
But then
I'm speaking here personally for myself. I'm not gonna speak for the whole male nation, because maybe they do that and I didn't know. But like, I don't think I would be comfortable in somebody. I'm still a virgin, by the way, so I'd like to keep it like that until I do this earth. So
okay, so you don't wanna touch on that one. Okay, cool. So
I didn't even know. Like you say, like, apparently a male's G-spot is up there.
It's not even apparent. It's actually quite known that that's where a man's G-spot lies. It's really up your ass.
Is this in the LGBT, the whole thing?
No, this is all scientific. It's got nothing to do with the alphabet gang. It's just it's known that. It's known as that. So
guys don't know. I don't think guys know that.
I believe they
Because
do.
if they did, we would be telling you, yo, man, like, I don't even want to think about it right now. It's so sick.
There are actually men who wouldn't mind putting your little pinky finger up their ass. You know,
What?
we've come across men like that know exactly where their G-spot lies. So I wouldn't say that it's sick. I just feel like it's when you get to a point of understanding your body or get to a point of comfortability with your partner.
I hear you. I don't see myself exploring my ass like that. I just use that's used for the toilet. Like it's, yeah.
I actually like what you just said. Then my next question is that then if ass is used for the toilet, why would you then want to put your penis up a girl's ass?
Wow.
You see, it's double. Sex is double standard. Men just want to be so dominant in acting as if they understand or they know. But when it comes to them, therefore, no one is playing with my ass. But when it comes to a girl or your girlfriend or your wife, and you want ass, and she goes, no, I don't want to give you ass. Then you want him to go and get it outside because your wife don't want to give you ass. How fair is that? Where's the balance? How about if she goes off by putting her finger up your ass or literally putting on a strap on and fucking you up the ass?
It goes with information. It goes with understanding. It goes with what your woman likes. If your woman likes getting it in the ass, you're going to give her in the ass, whether you like to give it in the ass or not.
Yeah.
She likes it. You're trying to keep your woman happy. Me, on the other end, as a guy, you sticking your finger in my ass would make me flip. Like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? Because
but then the question is that how about if it actually does really feel good? Does it make it bad?
That's the question.
Does it? You know, it's. I feel
does it also turn you gay?
I don't.
What does it do?
Having
because it opens you. Like I'm saying, it opens you up to so much unknown.
But then you see your statement, I would have to then correct it quickly because this is a podcast. Please. Having somebody put their finger up your ass as a male does not turn you gay because gay is an attraction. Before you think of sex, it's an attraction. So you are attracted to a man, but it doesn't matter. You can get people who could be in a relationship. I'll make an example. I can't speak on behalf of gay men, but I'll speak on behalf of women. And you could get same-sex relationships with girls where I can date a butch representing female who does not want penetration or who doesn't want you to go down on her. So being part of the alphabet gang does not say it's just not sexual. It's not about, oh, this is how I want it. It's an attraction. It's what gets your heart going.
Okay, can I ask you something? How am I going to phrase this?
I hope we're not going back to the alphabet gang topic because this is about heterosexual stuff.
Yes. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out, like, when let's say you're in prison. Is in prison, what is it? Is it sex? Is it what is it? Like,
I don't think it's I don't think we can.
Yeah, like
no, because remember that there's just so many other things that happen there. We don't know it. We've never been in prison. Therefore we can't speak about it, right? So let's move from the alphabet gang. Let's move from prison sex. We're talking about two heterosexual people in bed, woman, male, and what male wants and what females want. So next position that I have for you is,
cool.
Did you know that, or maybe you do know, maybe other women don't know out there, so whoever who's listening, that should you decide to strangle your man while having sex, because a penis responds through blood flow, right? So an erection is controlled by blood flow. So therefore, if you then strangle your partner, and we're not saying kill your
On the
partner,
neck?
guys, on your neck, that it makes the hard-on stronger. As a guy standing
Does
for the
that
Guy
also apply?
Nation, are you for it, or do you feel like, nah, she's gonna kill me? How do you feel about that
I
position?
guess it goes with the level of information again. Like if yeah, it goes with that. Like like what you said, if I didn't know that the whole blood flow thing, then I would probably be thinking she's trying to kill me. What is she doing? Like, why has she got her hands around me? Now I can't breathe. And, I'd probably be thinking that because I don't have the information. You know what I mean? I don't know it. But if I do, then I would go at it as much as I can, because then that's where, the pleasure is, I guess. Like, I guess it goes back with the topic that we just came from now, that with the information of knowing where the G-spot is, and if you've gotten to that G-spot or an orgasm, you'd wanna explore ways of understanding it more, so that you know how to get to it either quicker or eventually after or while in the act, because you know how it feels and you know how to get to it.
Yeah.
So I think it just goes with information. Yes, I mean, I just want to find out, like, the way you placed it, that if I get strangled, it's part of like it cuts the blood flow, and then you're gonna what, release, and then you continue with the act. Does that apply the same with the women? Because I know there's women that love to get strangled, and
it doesn't apply in the more biological way, but with women, I guess it's women who are more into dominance, or who are into submissiveness. So, because remember, sex is a whole spectrum, where you get that you have women who like being very submissive, and then you get women who are generally very dominant people who want to dominate a specific situation. So when it comes to women who want to be strangled, I guess it's in the matter of being submissive. They love being submissive. They love being vulnerable. They love their men taking control of that specific situation or the encounter. Whereas with a more dominant woman, she wouldn't want to be strangled, but she would want to tie you down, or she would want to be the woman on top, or she would mostly control what she wants, and she would speak on what she wants.
And that alone, just that an act like that shows understanding. It shows like, if we are both in an act and we understand what we want, I think the action would be communicated so well by itself, because we know the rhythm. We are in a rhythm. We know how to get to where we want to get to by directing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you could be feeling it at that point. You could be feeling it like you could be getting to a level of climax.
Yeah.
And I don't know that, but you are directing it. You are directing the whole flow, because you know where you want to go. And as soon as you get there, I could be directing it my way, So it's a level of being in sync and understanding, and just letting the flow happen according to the information you have. Most of the time, you're not even, to be really honest, you're not even thinking your next position. You just in the moment, and things are just happening and they flowing, especially when the two bodies are in sync and have been at it for quite some time. The energy understands the energy, and it becomes just one thing.
Okay.
Unlike a one night stand is a different case.
It is a different case.
No, what just happened? Because the guy was just doing it to get to the finish line. The girl was doing it to probably get that orgasm, or just just that one little quick. They just wanted to get out the way. there. The energy, the connection is there, but it's not completely in sync because it hasn't been given the time to mature and and understand where it's at.
Okay, cool. So my next one on a whole structured topic, oral sex. Why is it that guys struggle in going down or going down on a girl? Why do guys struggle so much compared to they really love a girl going down on them and giving them a blow job, but for them now to eat the peach or eat the muffin or the cookie, it's a problem? Why? What do you think the reason is?
The reason for that, one, could be they don't know how to do it. So they're trying to go down there and go figure out what's happening down there because they don't know, they don't have the information. That's one. Two, hygiene and all of that. Sometimes it's not safe to go down there because,
But women must go down there, so women mustn't worry about hygiene.
No, babe, I can see. It's not that. It's just like
because do you understand where this whole topic is coming from? How there's always so much double standards when it comes to women and sex. There's just double standards where men feel entitled to things, but when a woman, it then becomes a story.
I think it's still information. It's still just, you need to know what you like. Look.
Also, do women know what they're doing by going down on their knees? Do women know what they're doing?
Listen, check. There's a guy technique for us, né? That before you even go down on a woman, you'd probably be, like fingering her, and then while you guys are like, smooching and stuff, you bring the finger to your nose just to make sure that by the time you go down there, it's safe.
But you do know that.
Do you know what I mean?
But you do know that, because this is to you and all the other guys out there in the world, that you do know that vaginas have actually a smell. It doesn't mean that she's not clean. Vaginas have a distinctive smell. There's no unhealthy. It's all hormonal. So it's not like it's dirty. It's not dirty.
We do know that. We do know that. So
why now why are you now putting your finger up to your nose to check if you will be safe? Do we get the chance to then put penises up our nose to then think, is this penis safe? Is his sperm safe? Oh, what am I doing? It's double standards.
Bang. I think we do know that the vagina has a scent. We do know that, but there's levels to sense.
Hence, I'm saying that it is hormonal, because there could be such a strong smell, and it's got nothing to do with the fact that she's not healthy, but it's an imbalance of pH. It's an imbalance of her hormones. It doesn't make her dirty. And I'm saying this to you we're not saying, as my co-host,
but we wouldn't.
And I'm saying it to all the other men out there, because I feel like men have misinformation when it comes to smells. Now they are the doctors of vaginas. They are the specialists. They are gynecologists of vaginas, where they're like, I won't go down because
you understand with all that you're saying. We are not taught. We are not told.
But it's an excuse.
Figure things out as we go.
It's an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
It's an excuse. You know why I'm saying it's an excuse? Because earlier on you said, if you don't know something, Google it. And I'm going back to all you that you have said. You said from your own mouth that if you don't know something, if you don't have the knowledge, if a girl has no knowledge on how to do something, she can Google it. So why can't men Google it? Google it. They will let you know. Google it.
Cool.
And unless the vagina is coming out pus, and then you'll be concerned. Because the sad thing about women is that we have to go down on men. There are men out there running the streets with uncircumcised penises. We don't know what's under that hood. We don't know. We don't know what's under those layers. But we are expected.
I will.
We are expected to give it because he needs it. He deserves it. He's the man of the
Okay.
house. But we do
But
it.
then now
We don't go, oh no.
why are you focusing it on uncircumcised
No, I'm
penises?
focusing it on everybody. I'm focusing it on everybody because now men make it seem as if their body parts or their private parts are more cleaner than women just because women have a smell to it. And no, yes.
But Nita,
No.
check
Can
though.
I finish this? Can I finish this? Because it goes back to what I was saying about what I was about to say is swallowing. Because we get to swallow the sperm. Do you know how your own sperm tastes? No, you don't know that. Sperm also could taste fishy because that means he's eating wrong. We don't say, oh, it's fishy because he's got a disease. But men are quick to say, she's got a disease because it smells. Sperm
we don't say that. We don't.
No, you said that the reason why guys wouldn't do it is because they would now feel like there's this sharp smell. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sharp smells stop you from doing a whole lot of things. Like, you know how uncomfortable, because we don't know. Now you're with this honey and you're about to smash and she gets undressed, and then right before you go down, just before you go down, the stench just hits you. Boom! Like, you don't know what it is. You don't have the information on pH levels and all that stuff.
Google.
So the chances of you don't have time to be Googling.
You do. You
are,
go to the bathroom. You say, I want to go pee.
Like, okay, let me take out my phone. Let me check this. What's the stench? I'm not going to ask you. I must Google right there and then.
Yeah, you're not going to ask because you say that once you smell, you don't want to go down there already. You are directing to other things. Then it's already penetration. There's no longer.
Go to the titty.
You see, that's the thing. It's these double standards that really worry me when it comes to sex. That we have to enjoy everything that men want. We have to do it, whether we like it, whether we don't like it. We have to do it to keep a man happy. We have to swallow to keep a man happy. We are swallowing things that we don't know. We are swallowing umuntu who was eating inyama yenhloko aphuza nomqombothi. You know, because you know what a person was eating by just swallowing their sperm. But you don't hear women.
I think
you don't hear women going, baby, fail. You know, you don't hear women doing that. Or maybe it's because we are respectful or we understand that, you know what, maybe it's just, you know, the things he was eating. Maybe he needs to drink more water. We are more understanding on this could be the reason. But we don't quickly into...
I think we are also understanding, because if that happens, the chances of me stopping and be like, nah, I can't do this will never happen, because, you know, I'm trying to get in there, you know. But now I'm just not going to put my mouth there. It's just different, because yes, maybe I wanted to go down, but now the stench was like so sharp that you ended up being like, okay, I still want to do this, but I'm not going to go down. And it's fine if she doesn't go down on me. It's okay, because, you know, the situation right now is not. You know, I don't think we end up being like, nah, you know. I mean, even going out and talking about it with your boys, be like, yo, man, I was with this honey and she stank. The chances of that happening are rare, because it's something that happened new one. You understand? And it's like, oh, I wonder if it's gonna happen the next time. And then if the company is that good, I'm gonna go back the next time to see if Vele, you know, maybe what happened was not what I thought it was. It was just one day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get there and you find the table that's switched. And I won't even be on some, maybe I'll avoid you for some time. And you'd ask yourself, well, that's like, why is this guy not talking to me since the last time I was with him? You know, you somehow, I've been in one of those situations where I came out with rash and stuff, you know what I mean? And it was just like, hey, I'm staying away for some time. And I did, to a point where this person, I think that person ended up realizing that whatever happened on that night was not cool somehow. And somehow the next time I was with that person, things had changed, even though it was not like immediate. It's like maybe it was like a month later. And then things changed somehow. And I did not go back and pester, be like, yo, what happened the last time? What's different? You know, I don't even think I have the courage to even be asking that, because you know, you know your body. I'm learning your body. I'm learning you. I'm learning how you are doing things. You know what I mean? And you rightly say that you guys swallow and then you are able to taste what you're eating. You're right. What we eat actually contributes to the body. You're speaking about pH levels. That means that whatever she's eating could be junk food, it could be so many other things. You know what I mean? But if she, for instance, if she was vegan, then she would probably even be tasting different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all on what we are putting in our bodies, and the chances of your partner finding that out are very high, because
so fine, I'm gonna give people a quick advice. So since we're going back and forth about oral sex, I think people, especially women, explore your body, steam your cookies, drink pineapple juice, beautiful ladies, douche if you have to. I think the douching kit is at Clicks. It goes for like $100. And here I am marketing Clicks. I can't believe it, but it's $100. You get to get that douche, balance your pHs, steam. They're steaming your herbs. You can do it at home. You steam and make sure that you balance those pHs so that your man can go down on you, because as you can hear from what X is saying, guys have so many other excuses compared to us. They are exempt of smells. Excuses because they can be exempt of smells, you know? So let's take care of our bodies, take care of ourselves, and do better so we can get that mouth to work and that tongue to work. And this also applies, I know this was for more on heterosexual relationships, but also this will apply on same-sex relationships. Do right, take care of your body. Don't wash your cookies with soap, because that's not good. It also fucks up your pH levels. So do right. Okay, away with the little advice. Let's talk about men, women exploring in relationships, open relationships, open marriages, polyamory, non-monogamous relationships. What's your take on it? Especially now that we're talking about sex, would you want to, and we're not talking about threesomes or whatever, we're just talking about having to love other people within that relationship, to sleep with other people within that relationship, meaning I will have one that maybe you'd be like, hell no, where a woman can come with a guy and she wants you both to sleep with her, or vice versa. What's your take on that?
I think we just need to know what we want in a relationship first. You know, once we understand what this union is about, then we can explore. You know, I mean, if we don't speak on what we want, the chances of me saying I want a second wife.
No. It's not a matter of second wives. Don't get it wrong. Let's not make it too formal. We're just talking within a marriage, within a relationship. We're not adding, you know, polygamy. This is polyamory, meaning we're adding somebody that is not permanent, because we can replace them over time. So so we can replace them over time. So now your woman, okay, this is the example. Your woman comes with another man in the house and she goes, babe, we're going to have sex with this guy today. What's your take on it? Would you engage in that? Would you feel like this is crazy? What's your take?
If this happens for the first time and I did not have understanding of it, I'd be like, what? No.
But let's say you know she's got wishes of you know, exploring, and in your mind you'd be thinking that she wants to bring a girl, but she decides that she wants to bring a guy.
Yeah, that would be very hard to digest at that moment. But I think I would probably be like, oh, if I understood her the way I would be thinking I understand her, then there would be a time where I'd be like, okay, but I'm not going to be a part of it. You
No.
know what I mean? Because I understand what, but if I am as open minded, then I would probably be like, okay, cool, it's your night. Let's do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I
And
feel
then
like
my
guys
night is gonna come.
have misinformation on triads. I guess let's just put this expectations of men and women exploring relationships with triads and entanglements, right? I think the misinformation that a lot of men have is that should a woman then decide to bring a man and says, babe, this is the person we're going to sleep with, in their mind, automatically, they're now feeling like they have to do something with the guy. And that's not the case. So half the time, it could just generally be you are taking care of her needs. Both of you are taking care of her needs. That doesn't mean that the guy and the guy are together. No, that means the two guys are taking care of her. I think in the streets it's called the devil's threesome. Two penises, one vagina.
Because now I hear you, and I'm just trying to picture this whole thing happening, and now I'm on my bed with a dude that I don't know on my girl, and we're about to please this girl, and I don't know this guy. I've never had a full-on conversation with this guy in terms of whatever, So when that happens, it's just going to be awkward for me, who does not have the 100% information, because this is my woman we are talking about. Yes, I am trying to please her, but what level is she trying to get to?
Okay, so then if she were to bring a girl, then it's understandable. There's no levels to understanding it.
I need to. That's what I'm trying to say. That if she was to bring a girl, what level is she trying to achieve in terms of her sexuality? If she brings a guy, there's different levels to that's contributing to the pleasure. What is the level, so that every time if she decides to do it again, I must understand why she's doing it. It's not something. It mustn't just be a last thing, but it must be last trying to get to a level, a point of something.
It's just, but remember, this is all just about it's just about sex. It's a level of satisfaction. It's really not even deep. It's just a matter of let's explore, let's enjoy.
Then let's enjoy. Let's explore. I'll be exploring tomorrow too. You have to be game for that too. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think this whole conversation that we had today is all about communication and information. If you don't have that, you don't understand what's going on. You are going to be against what you don't understand. But when you do understand it, then you are able to move better.
Yeah.
You're able to make good decisions based on what you know. And there's clarity to why those things are done. It might look weird on the outside, like we sitting here watching Will and Jada, this relationship, but they have a level of understanding that we will never know. Because they know how to love themselves in order for them to love each other.
Yeah. It's a level of maturity, I guess, at the end of it all, right? It's educating yourself and just having that level of maturity. Well, I think we have exhausted our whole structure of topics, right? Before we end this, we are an hour and 5 minutes in. Before we actually end this, what's your, as X being this incredible co-host of mine, what's your words of wisdom, if I should put it that way, to guys out there? Because I can't speak for guys, I can only speak for girls. So to guys out there, what would be your words of wisdom before we say our goodbyes?
I think to guys, I would say be more informed about your sexuality. Be more informed about the partner you are with, so that there's an understanding of what your version of love and pleasure is. Clean your dicks and make sure that you love the women the way they are supposed to be loved, and you love yourself the way you want to be loved. Other than that, safe sex all the way. If you're not trying to stay safe, then you're gonna have babies and all the other stuff. So yeah, that's my words of wisdom from Mr. X.
Thank you, Mr. X. Thank you again for jumping in and being my co-host. Like I said, that you'll be popping in and out in all these episodes that I'll be having. Even when season 2 comes, you'll be listening to Mr. X's voice. The host with the mostest, who will stay mysterious. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this. It's really incredible to have you on this platform.
Anytime.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
Thank you.
Stay up, world. Stay safe. Peace.
Peace.
Sex is more than an act of pleasure. It is the ability to be able to feel so close to a person, so connected, so comfortable, that it's almost breathtaking, to the point you feel you can't take it. And at this moment, you are part of them. Tom York. Thank you for listening, and I hope women get to reap the rewards and men, you get to serve your women. Episode 10 will be the ending of season 1, and I'll be reflecting on the journey we have taken, lessons you feel that have changed your views or gave you courage. Hopefully, we can share stories and reflect together. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and earnestly. Buddha. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify. I am Nita Terry T, your host of Unspoken Truth. Until the next episode, remember to do what you gotta do so you can do what you wanna do. I thank you.
The Unspoken Truth is the catalyst for important and thought-provoking conversations that need to be had. The network tackles social ills, spiritual healing, soul-searching, and mental health awareness. To subscribe, click on the show link to follow our podcast and be part of the Unspoken Truth family. Find us on all social media platforms.